welcome to Friday Night Supper Club. I'm Alicia.
And I am Sarah Lynn.
And today we are making fried chicken and waffles.
Friday chicken and waffles,
Friday.
actually.
See what she did there?
We are major lovers of chicken and waffles here on this show, so this is a very exciting evening. This recipe is by Amanda Freytag from Food Network.
Yes, and it has three components. It has the maple glaze, the savory cheddar waffle, and of course, the crispy fried chicken. So the first step is making our glaze. The recipe calls for 1 cup of honey and 1 cup of maple syrup, but I'm not a honey fan, and so Sarah Lynn agreed that we're gonna go all maple syrup on this one.
This is a very Canadian thing. It's all maple all the time.
I'm all about that.
Maple syrup is expensive across the board because it's one of the most labor-intensive things ever to get.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you tap a maple tree and you get you basically boil down 90% of the volume of what you've tapped, and what's left is maple syrup.
So if you get like a big barrel, it's like this much.
Exactly, which is why it's so expensive.
Do you know
That was a weirdly Canadian comment.
All right, it's removed from the heat, and now we've got spices to go in. We've got onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, salt, chili powder, paprika, and cayenne. I'm not even gonna add it all.
This smells so good.
Now it has to steep for 20 minutes, and we are going to make our waffles in the meantime.
And for our next trick, waffles.
Waffle batter.
Savory waffles, I might add.
Savory waffles with fried chicken and a sweet sauce is the way to go. So, for our batter, we've got flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt going into our dry mixture.
For our wet mixture, we are going to do our whole milk, and I'm going to whisk in 2 eggs as well.
And while you are doing that, I'm going to slowly add some melted butter.
Like music to my ears, Alicia.
Adding in cheese, adding in scallions, and adding in some hot sauce. And then once that's ready, we can combine wet to dry.
I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
All at once. I love waffle and pancake batter because it's so not fickle like most baking things.
Yeah, as long
very
as you get the
forgiving.
right texture and the right thickness, you can pretty much make it work in a waffle iron.
Well, and you don't have to it's not fussy in the sense that it's gotta be a certain, texture, and it's gotta be combined. Like, you can have little bits of flour in it and it's all fine.
Right, it doesn't have to be completely integrated.
Fickle.
We're ready to waffle. Waffle maker's preheated. Wait, gotta spray.
That is hot, 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 hot.
Okay, it looks perfect.
I would say that those are winners. I'm loving seeing all that beautiful green onion happening in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of color. There's red, there's green, there's brown.
Hot potato.
Hot
Hot potato.
All right, we have our assembly line set up. I have some skin-on chicken thighs, and I'm going to coat them with buttermilk.
Now, I have some flour here. I'm going to season it up liberally with some paprika, some garlic powder, some onion powder, and some salt and pepper. I like getting really liberal with the seasoning on my fried chicken.
And I am going to add this to the flour mixture to dredge, and then you can transfer it into the fryer.
Our oil is at 360 degrees Fahrenheit, so we've checked it with a meat thermometer. Really, really important that you do that and your oil is at the right temp. I'm going to gently lower this in.
There you go. We'll start with 2 at a time.
2 at a time. It's really important when you're deep frying anything, guys, to make sure that your oil is less than halfway up your pot so you have lots of room, because obviously there's tons of bubbling that happens here and you don't want to start a fire.
Oh yeah.
Fried
That
chicken.
looks like fried chicken.
Oh my gosh.
All right, next batch.
I'm ready to eat
They look
them.
like Kentucky Fried Chicken. There you go.
I mean, I guess we could have baked these too, but what fun would that have been?
Come on, this is for Friday night.
Exactly. Friday night. They don't call it Friday for nothing.
All right, here it goes.
Happiness. I'm a little concerned about the chicken. I have to say, for me, this is overcooked on the outside, but we had to overcook it on the outside to make sure it was safely cooked on the inside.
Yeah, we did use a meat thermometer to check. I will say the oil temperature suggested seemed a little bit high.
Yes.
Because it browned immediately, and then we almost had to let it go just too long to get it cooked through. But
So I would say, if we were writing the recipe, you'd probably cook this at like a 340-ish
Yeah.
for between 6 and 7 minutes. Because
And
otherwise
use a
you're gonna
meat-
get super brown, crisp outsides, and you wanna make sure it's nice and cool.
And the best thing you can do is just use the thermometer to check to make sure, so that you don't cook it and think it looks beautiful and then put it on your plate and it's not cooked.
Surprise.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I've been
Oh,
waiting for
yeah.
this syrup all day. All right.
Look, that crunch.
So it's definitely like nicely cooked on the inside. It's nice and tender. It's perfectly cooked.
All right, are you gonna take a bite of waffle too?
I'm gonna take the chicken first because it's just too big a bite.
Okay.
And then I'll take the waffle.
That is a good glaze.
Even with that crispy exterior, it's really.
I like
Really
my
good.
chicken really crispy. So I'm okay with this. I know it's not as photo perfect, but I like it.
For me, that's a bit dark and a bit like over crisp, but I think, I mean, if you're into that sort of thing,
I'm
for
into
sure.
that sort of thing.
The waffle's delicious, but I would say the glaze, by far the best part.
I do taste like the savoriness of the waffle though, the cheddar.
Which is perfectly complemented with all that spiced sweetness.
The spicy maple.
There's like a really good combination. Aside from the cooking temperature situation, this is a win. A real win. We will, of course, link the full recipe in the description box below so you guys can try it at your own Friday night supper clubs.
And when you do try it out, tag us on social. All of our accounts are linked in the description box below.
And of course, come back next Friday because we'll have more tastiness coming at you from Friday Night Supper Club.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is the best part of the day.
I know. We worked so hard. And this wasn't even the hardest one.
Not even close.